He's got so many young guys controlling points a game on average. You look at that.
Can the Jets stay out of foul trouble? And not far away from the action. The ball boy comes on and gives the ball straight to Matt Bathurst. And we'll be jumping with Daniels and Johnson. And here we go. Round 10. We are almost underway as Daishon Knight takes his time tying his shoelace. Here we go. Round 10. Sal's NBL action. Second to last game for the round, and we have a stutter jump from the two bigs. But the Huskies on away trip will start with first possession over to Riley on the wing. He has Bazant on him. Johnson backs down into the paint, but they'll go to Bibbs at the top. Mullins was guarding Bibbs, now across to Johnson, drives, Lally, hand up, Johnson, it goes down for two.
If they are going to switch that, it's going to be a tough night for whoever's picking that up on their screen.
Would have to agree with that, Miles. It's going to be a long one as Daniels hands off to Lally. Mullins at the top, Daishon Knight gets it, back pass behind the back and a huge block, whack from Johnson. On the three-point attempt, those arms are long. Is that Stretch Armstrong out there?
It's unbelievable. Stacey Ogman, the plastic man.
Bibbs gets it inside of Johnson. Great extra pass to Vodonovich.
And that's the sort of ball movement that the Huskies have had all year long. It's been great to see them work like that, and it's only gotten better since Vodonovich has got back from a great season with the Sydney Kings in the Australian League.
He did. Bazant now off the screen from Mullins. Gets to his spot. It's up and it's in.
That eye from that little happened with the eye last week. That's looks like it's going to be okay.
Looks good earlier. It's a tester. And here's Rusco around the Johnson screen. Finds him. He's got length and he can shoot that. Do not worry about it. It goes off right though. So not down. The Jets will sigh relief there as Bazant fakes right, goes left, finds Mullins in the corner. He can also stroke the three. Shot well last game. Gets it back to Bazant. Vodonovich on him. But Daniels is low. Mismatch. Riley does well. Has to kick it out to Mullins. He's wide open for the tray. In and out. Did everything but go down. But Lally had some great steals last week. He gets an O board early on. Step back. Bazant. It's up. It's high. It's in.
There's nothing wrong with that eye at all.
5 points in the first couple of minutes.
Dead-eye shooter. if Bazant's going to shoot the ball, the Jets have only been shooting 30% on the season from three. There's that ball movement we spoke about.
Great find from Bibbs, just rolls out.
But as I was saying, the Jets are only shooting 30% from the three this season. Daishon knocks down another one.
Holy!
But if they're going to shoot the ball like this, that's going to go a long way for them to winning this ball game.
There's some great. This is a extremely quick and hot first 2.5 minutes of this one as Johnson steps back, mid-range two, no good. Vodonovich tip back. Mullins will gather. Vodonovich again pesting, gets the straight off and around Bazant for two. And that's something you'd want to shut down early if you're Coach Tim McTamney, Miles.
Yeah, Vodonovich, if he gets going, that's going to be a tough ask. Former Jet last year at the Showdown.
Yep, MVP.
Had a great season, as you said, MVP.
He was fantastic. 3 minutes in, it's tight, it's a good ball game. Daishon Knight gets to his spot. Rattles out. He likes it over there. But he will continue to shoot, as we say. Johnson, Mullins on him. He's athletic. Can Mullins keep a hand up? No, and down we go for another mid-range two.
That's a tough ask for Caleb Mullins. He's given up inches on that.
Absolutely. He plays above the ring, Johnson. Bazant, doubled by the Huskies. Keeps the dribble alive. Back to Mullins. He'll hand off to Knight. Can he get to his spot again? Good defense from Riley. He's a fantastic defender, Riley. And through the legs. Can he get to the free throw line? No. He finds Mullins at the top. Can his three ball go down? No. DeAndre Daniels wanted the O board, but he couldn't get it. Riley now streaming ahead. Can he slow it down for his troops? He does. Vodonovich back to Riley. Thought about it. Can they get across the Bibbs? They do. Vodonovich screen roll. Bibbs, three on the way. In and out as well. We've seen a few three-pointers early in and out, Miles, but good shots.
Have indeed. The gravity that Tom Vodonovich had on that screen and roll, both guys went with him because he's such a threat to score off that pick and roll.
Daniels gets a bump, finds Mullins out. There's no silly shots being taken so far as Bazant with a wide open, or should I say contested three in the end. But it's tight already as Riley goes in, bump from Bazant. As we say, Rousseau-Nance will come into the game for the Huskies. You would think that coming out for him would be Brooke Rusco. He's still got a little niggle, as he mentioned earlier on in the game, with a hammy, so he may not see as many minutes, but it's good to see him starting, Miles.
What a great asset to have off the bench in Dante Nance, having a fantastic season.
Great season.
Remembering he has still got 2 years of high school left.
Crazy. He'll be playing in the under-17 soon, coming up, the National, so he's got a lot of basketball left to go in his junior career, and it's fantastic to see him getting an opportunity at this level. Bibbs controls it. Vodonovic looked for it, wasn't there. Bibbs holds for a better option. Johnson screens, rolls, sends it, swings it to Nance. We've just talked about it. Mid-ranger off, and a big long pass back to the halfway line. Shot clock reset, hit the ring, so they've got 7 seconds. Shot clock coming down. They need to get a shot. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. Johnson spin, foul.
And that's tough as a coach. They played some great defense there on that offensive rebound and reset, giving up a foul with 1 second on the clock.
It's a coach killer. The old low shot clock, second possession, and a foul, really low down. But let's just point it out. Johnson may have made that. He's so long. Play right there at the ring. That's probably going to go. There's no contact. Makes the first. It's 9-8 to the Huskies. Huskies already played one game this round against the Giants. They took a win in a close game. Zach Riley had a fantastic end to the game and brought the Huskies home.
They did indeed. Bibbs was fantastic in that game.
He was. Come-out game for him.
He's had some very good games. He scored the ball very, very well. There's another great look from 3 for Daniels.
It's a bit strong on that one from Daniels as Vodonovic will bring it up the court. We're trying to find Johnson, but he can't get away from Morrison, who's on the court now in number 30. Vodonovic, another screen across and roll, and Daniels on him. Great defensive we've seen from Daniels. Coach Aaron Young wanted a foul there, but nothing coming from the referee as Daishon Knight sings it to the wing to Bazant. He fakes, drives, ball knocked, and that will come off his foot, unfortunately. Little error there for the Jets, but it's still close. 2 points in it. It's a fantastic game so far.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And we have the media timeout here. The Sal's NBL, proudly presented by the GJ Gardner Homes. And we've talked about it, some Jets open three-pointers so far, few not going in.
No, but they've had some great looks. And a team that has got some guys that can really fill it up from 3. Mm-hmm. Bazant, Nico McCulloch, Daishon Knight, Daniels. You know, those are the shots that you want to be taking.
Yes, and
apart from the first one with Mullins, who Chris Johnson blocked in what was it appeared to be an open 3, but that man with that length and athletic ability,
AKA Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I think he took off from the circle to block that one. He came off from the charge circle to block that one. But and on the flip side, the Huskies they look to as though they want to get Johnson and Vodonovic down in the block. They want to get them some ball. They want to get to the ring, which is a team that shoots really well from three-pointers and has a team that can shoot threes across the board. It's good to see them wanting to play the big game.
It's great to see them play inside out. They're going to open up so much more on the perimeter after a few scores there.
Yep.
And they've got to take advantage of that because you can see, as we talked about with Mullins and now Morrison, those guys are solid and strong.
Yes, they're
strong. But they are giving up inches.
Oh, probably about 7.
And with Johnson's high release, that's really tough.
Yeah, the ball is so far above the rim. It's not funny. And we're back with the action. First quarter, 5 minutes to go. It's anybody's game at this stage. Stay with us here on Sky Sport, the home of sport, as Vodonovic again gets to his spot. Riley thinks better of it. Back to Johnson. Over to Bibbs. Shot well in the game against the Giants. Can he continue that? Pulls it back. Riley really wanted it on the wing, but he's going to drive on Morrison, hand high. Good defense from the Jets as Daishon Knight streaking ahead. Can they score in transition? No, they'll slow it down. Bazant with a step back on Riley. Drive, spins, mid-ranger, up, long.
And that is great defense from the young man to be able to stay in front of Bazant like that.
He is quick, Jaden Bazant, and he gets to his spot. Don't blink. Bibbs swings it. Riley on the corner. He fades away from Daishon Knight. I'm not sure if that's his game there. As McCulloch
doesn't hit
now.
anything on that tough pull-up. The few possessions ago, we had some great ball movement. That one there, a little bit maybe too much off the dribble.
Yep. And it's good we saw the Jets really move the ball well last week, Miles. And we talked about it at length. Everyone was getting, if it wasn't their shot, they were moving it on. And usually the person that did get the shot, it went in because it was a great shot. So it'd be good to see the Jets keeping with that as we move on to the Huskies' position here. Johnson has Morrison on him. He pulls up, no hands in his face. You know what's going to happen after that. Yeah. 2 goes down, mid-ranger. I think that's the 3rd or 4th mid-range for Johnson.
Johnson is tough in that area, and so they got to make sure they're at least carrying a hand. Guarding the ball with your face is never going to be good.
Hand down, man down.
6 and 5 for Johnson already.
Nico McCulloch, he was good last week. He shot the ball well after they lost Bazan as they get it down to DeAndre Daniels, too strong off the glass. Some good defense on a double there as Vodonovic now. He'll pull up. Don't you worry about that. But it's long. Morrison, good rebound. He'll bring it up, get it across to Daishon Knight. It's a little bit... The team never managed to get the ring up, but there we go from the middle of 2 Jets. A nice little alley-oop inside, and DeAndre Daniels will finish. Vodonovic now.
Those are the cheap baskets that the Jets are going to need to keep the scoreboard ticking over, to keep that pressure on.
And a offensive foul on Chris Johnson's screen there. Maybe just maybe extended the leg a bit. I would have to see a replay of that to confirm what the call was, but offensive foul it will be, and the Jets will gain possession after an alley-oop, and they can tie it up here.
Now, on that script, the referees have been calling a lot of screens like that all season long, so that's something that the players are going to have to adjust to.
We've tended to have very big, strong bigs in New Zealand, so it looks a lot worse than it is, but yeah, some of them need to be called, and that will probably go Huskies' way off Daishon Knight's foot. Nutmegged him straight through. Straight through,
but that was great defensive pressure from Riley again.
He's had a fantastic season, Riley, and I think he scored 27 or 25 in the win against the Giants earlier on this week. And Bibbs shot the ball well, as you've already mentioned, but he really brought it home in the clutch moments.
They did. 25 for Riley and 31 for Bibbs in that last outing.
And there he is now. He couldn't get the 3 to go in the corner, but the Jets now with another position to get it to a tie ball game as Daishon Knight drives, extended that offensive arm, and Riley went down, but he couldn't get the floater to go as Mullins will foul Chris Johnson as the ball went across the lane, trying to find him streaking towards the hoop. And it's a tale of the tape so far as just open shots from the Huskies are going down, and for the Jets they're managing to stay in it. Otherwise, the open shots for the Jets have been good.
They have. Both teams have had some very good looks. Right now, it's a fairly low-scoring quarter for
Absolutely.
what both of these teams would be used to and what they would be expecting.
Bibbs drives, floater on the way, and that's strong off the left side of the iron, but Nico McCulloch will streak ahead, three in front of him, so he'll slow it down. And Daishon Knight missed a triple-double last week. Can he get going here towards the end of the quarter? We've got a minute 20, swings it, DeAndre Daniels. He can shoot that. Johnson comes forward, he drives. Look to the reverse, no, Lally will get it across to Daishon Knight. Daniels in the corner, he'll shoot and hit nothing but glass, and we're standing at a stalemate here. The ring cannot... The bin is on at the moment as Bibbs' floater off the glass is good. And we have some points.
The shot before that, Bibbs in the lane, floater, that's a great shot. The difference between is one went in and one didn't. And that's the whole situation, make or miss league.
4 points up. The Huskies, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Daniels looks, fakes. Nico McCulloch gets around for Donovan to another high floater off the glass, and that's back-to-back high floaters. We count down 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Oh, great 1-2 from Vodonovic and Riley, and he was hit on the arm. Riley, he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Great cut off that give and go right there. Vodonovic finding the young fella back down the lane.
We're going to see a replay on this one as he looked, faked, went in, and a good hit there. I think that was on Finn Lally who came across. But
and speaking of young guys, Bibbs checking out of the game and Sean Murphy checking in.
Love what they've done with the three young guys in this team. We mentioned it before the game. Miles, we talked about Riley, Dante and Murphy. Dante, Russo-Nance and Sean Murphy played heavy minutes early on the seasons before Vodanovic and the likes of the imports came over and bolstered the team.
And it's just fantastic to see these young guys being able to contribute as well.
We have a difference of 4 seconds on the shot clock. Daishon Knight will control it. He's got 10 on the shot clock. We've got 14 seconds on the game clock. Who will take the last shot for the Jets? It'll be Mullins. It's up and it's Ear. And streaking forward for the Huskies is Johnson. He'll throw it down. One-hand hammer. 1 second to go on the clock. Mullins is going to have to put it up. He decides to pass it instead of shoot it. And that is the first quarter in the bag here.
Clock awareness needs to be a little higher there.
It does. And here's the replay. Dante Russo-Nance gets it forward to Johnson. He lets it bounce. Throws it down. One-hand hammer. And it is the Huskies leading round 10 Sal's NBL action 18-12 over the Jets. And we will be right back after this break.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field. Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's, authentic New York pizza.
Well, welcome back, everybody, and a good evening for those that are watching at home on Sky Sport, the home of sport. And this is obviously the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. And we're here, the end of the first quarter. The Huskies leading 18-12 Miles, and we've seen a few decent buzzer beaters this season. Unfortunately, we didn't have one there at the end of that quarter. But what are you seeing on the stats after that quarter?
Look, Chris Johnson's got his thumbprint all over this one at 10-6 already in the first quarter. And the Jets have had some great looks. They just haven't been able to knock many of them down. They're 2 of 9 right now. And Bazant, I feel, with a couple of early great looks and knocked those down, he probably needs to see the ball a little bit more in this one.
Well, you say see the ball, and is that a play on words after his high injury last week? If you didn't mean it, well done.
No, I did not, but there we go. Thank you very much.
All right, and we're almost back into the action. Round 10, second to last game for the weekend. I hope everybody will stick around and watch the Sharks versus Hawke's Bay. The Hawke's Bay Hawks, Southland Sharks versus Hawke's Bay Hawks. That is at 5 p.m. following this match on Sky Sport 9. But we are back with the action as Lally across to McCulloch. Screen from Mullins. He's open, but Nico McCulloch with a high mid-range too, and that's good.
Coming off a great game, 25 points off the bench in their last outing against the Rams. He was just a crucial piece for that win.
He was. As Russo-Nance get across to Tucky Farrison, the first time we see him today, Auckland Grammar product, over to college for a few years. We talked before the game about it, Miles, as Murphy drives, great defence with Lally. He got a hand on that. Good work from
great
Lally.
to see Tucky back on New Zealand soil and playing after a great career in Portland.
Foul on, we're just talking about him, Tucky Farrison. He'll foul Nico McCulloch and he'll go to the line for 2. And another, what looked like a big floater off the glass. And it's good to see the Jets going back to the basics, get to the hoop.
Yeah, and it's that pressure in the paint. The Huskies won the battle of the paint in that first quarter. And I think that's something that both teams have got shooters, but without that inside-outside game, it's going to be really tough to get good looks. Absolutely.
And the Giants kept it close on the night against the Huskies. We mentioned Chris Johnson had a quiet game, and we're talking quiet on his perspective, not ours. There's one across the court almost gets stolen from Vodanovic to Russo-Nance, but what did he have, 15 and 13 or 13 and 15, and that's still a bloody good game for a good player, but to his standards, he'll be wanting more as he gets into the paint against Mullins. He goes left, he goes right, and he's long off the mid-range.
The Jets can't give up that many catches that easy. Tom Vodanovic was very patient, trying to find his other big, looking big to big there. But the Jets have got to make that a tougher catch for Vodanovich and for Johnson.
Daishon Knight comes up short on the jumper, but that's the spot, and he'll get to that spot more than often. As Murphy flies it across to Tucky Farrington, who's got DeAndre Daniels on him. He drives. Great strip from Daniels. Missed the defence. Picks it back out to Russo Nance. He'll get a screen right. He goes left. Pull up on the way and is short. Another good defensive rebound from Daniels and a poke out from Russo Nance. Mr. Defense, DeAndre Daniels.
He's doing very well.
Ball on the floor, ball in the air. I love his game.
He was a great pickup for the Jets. Former draft pick. Yes. Played for Perth Wildcats in the Australian League.
Okay.
Played his trade around the world.
He is. Mr. Worldwide. As we get back with a Bazant to Mullins. He looks for Daishon Knight, who screens off ball as Jaden Bazant shoots a long one off the glass. Back out to McCulloch, who shot well from three, almost perfect last week. Another short, and almost that extra position, Miles. You're probably looking for something a bit safer.
Yeah, and whatever. Vodanovich and Chris Johnson are grabbing rebounds and bringing the ball up the floor. What a luxury for the Huskies to be able to do that and have their guards get out and run.
As Daishon Knight now, Johnson on him. A bit of a small mismatch here. Can he beat him speed-wise? He can. Gets to the hoop. A little bit of English off the glass, and that's two.
It's a tough finish.
And we're going to have a timeout for the Huskies. Aaron Young's seen enough, and they've come back from 12 points. Now have closed it into 2, and they've closed out a 6-point deficit. They haven't scored, the Huskies.
And I think that pressure on the paint, a couple of good looks. Daishon Knight there attacking Chris Johnson on the mismatch. Tough finish. It's great to see. And that's the sort of shots that the Jets are going to need to take more of to make sure that opens up their perimeter game.
And we talked before we went on air about Sunday afternoons in New Zealand can be typically quite hard to get people to buy into sports events. And here we are again, Sal's NBL Sunday, and a bumper crowd in Palmy North. Look at them going crazy.
Oh, the community here loves the team and has been supporting the team really well for a very long time. So it's absolutely fantastic to see the crowd here and getting involved.
And a lot of kiddies. We love to see the kiddies down, seeing their heroes out on the court and doing them proud, the Jets, so far. They struggled at the start of the season. It did look a little bit dire at stages, and they've managed to come back, win a couple of big games. They've beaten the Giants. They had a big win last week against the Rams, and can they do it again against this Huskies? I don't see why not. And on the Huskies alternative, they're fighting the Nuggets and the Rams for the top 4 position.
And that's the role that the Jets can really do as we close this season out, is they can play spoiler to a number of teams.
Absolutely.
They've got some big games coming up. And the way they can shoot the ball, they could really upset some people and knock out some chances.
And the Huskies and Otago Nuggets sitting on 9 wins, 4th and 5th, respectively. It's on for them as we're back with the action. Russo Nance across to Vodanovich. Fakes on Bazant. Goes in. Tucky Farrington from the corner. Can he get it to go for their first points in the quarter? It doesn't. As Daishon Knight, Mr. Triple-Double, goes in. He's got Vodanovich on him. He probably won't drive on him, but gets it across to DeAndre Daniels, who fires, and whack for 3.
Jets coming out in the zone there, giving up an easy uncontested corner 3 to Tucky.
And a risky ball to Tucky Farrington on the baseline. Just slips out of his hands. He's tall and he's got long arms, but he couldn't corral that one. 7 minutes to go for the half. The Jets take the lead, 19-18 here in Fly Palmy Arena. It's starting to warm up as Bazant goes around the Mullen screen, gets it to the block to Daniels. Vodanovich on him. He's a strong defender. Fouls Daniels. He could see that he just couldn't get the arm up, and Matt Bathurst calls that one.
Yeah, you get caught with that arm in there, and Daniels does a good job spinning off and creating the contact and keeping the contact. It's a big chest of a man to run into.
We've got another timeout, this time the Jets' way, as they take the lead by 1, and we briefly talked about it, but Brooke Rusko, it's fantastic to see him back in the league this year.
Yeah, it's great. Another former Jet. I was lucky enough to work with him many moons ago before his, we call it mini retirement, I suppose. But it's absolutely fantastic. He's a great personality and an absolutely fantastic player, and just a better human as well. So it's great to see him back involved at this level.
Yeah, and we talked about his injuries prolonged injury that could have been avoided, a rusty nail left in the hip that nobody knew about. So
No.
it's outstanding to see him back out on the court, and a player that we thought had ended his career far too young. But he's out here not only playing, but probably giving that experience to the younger folk on the team.
And that's a role that I think he actually relishes. Yeah, he's a high IQ guy. Spent some time in the Australian League as well. Tall, black. To be able to give those lessons to the young guys, and what young guys the Huskies do have, that's a lot of them.
And young guys, talented young guys. 16-year-old Dante Russo-Nance, and I've seen him for many years, luckily, through tournaments and events. And the experience beyond his years, I think he won MVP at under-17s at 14 years old.
That's tough.
He's got that experience at 14, then stepping into the NBL 2 years later. No big thing.
It's just basketball, right?
Yeah, it's just basketball. As DeAndre Daniels
Extends that lead.
both, I believe. Or was that just one? Should have been watching as we're back with the action. 6.5 minutes to go. Jets up by 2 over the Huskies. Fighting position for the Final Four in Porirua in 3 weeks' time as Riley gets stuck with the ball, but he gets it into Johnson. Defended well by Daniels, but gets it across and above Daniels' hands. First points for the Huskies in the quarter.
I know it has rolled on a little bit. Jets came out in that zone, and that sort of threw the tempo through the Huskies out of their tempo and what they were trying to run. Offensive board.
Nico McCulloch loses the handle on the baseline. Will look like a second chance position for them, but Mullins shooting poorly already in this one. He shot really well last week, so maybe the Jets need to swing that ball a bit more, move it around like they did last week. But the Huskies now, their chance as they manage to get Johnson down on the block. Mullins on him. Some good ball movement and a great pass from Chris Johnson. Eyes in the back of his head.
That's a great cut. The speed of the cut from Riley really opened things up. And that's something that young guys and girls need to pay attention to. The way he cut, the speed of his cut, change of speed, and the fact that he finished it as well. Didn't get the ball early, but he kept cutting through. That's a tough hand right there. Good defensive possession by Riley.
Riley is the everywhere man. He's the Swiss Army knife for the Huskies as Vodanovic lights one up and goes whack from 3.
What started out as a slow quarter for the Huskies, they've picked it up in the last couple of possessions.
As quick as the Jets took the lead, it's gone as Bazant flicks it out. DeAndre Daniels should have flicked that to Daishon Knight, and he wasn't happy about it. His aspiration on his face, you could not tell he was, as Bazant throws up a short 3, and Coach Tim McTavish visibly upset with either the shot or a call, which I'm not sure what he wanted.
No, but for me, that's a tough shot.
Yeah.
That's a very good contested shot by Vodanovic. And Bazant, who, as we said, took a hit to the eye. The Jets need to move the ball and come up with something better than that.
As Chris Johnson moves on Mullins and got him standing like a statue around him, and the one-hand finger roll is good. Nico McCulloch now quickly on the other end, spins around Johnson, swings it. Bazant, who does he have? Back to McCulloch in the corner. Can he add? No, he can't. Short as Riley streaks ahead. Quick, look how quick this kid is as Bibbs gets it. Finger roll, slap off the glass.
And that's a great push by Riley, and even better give up by Riley.
Just like that, it's 29 points they've scored in the second quarter, all the way from 18. It's Daishon Knight long with the mid-ranger, and he throws up his hands in disgust and in hard against Bibbs, and it was probably going to be a foul all day, every day. He came in pretty aggressive there.
He did, unsportsmanlike called on that.
And here's the replay here. Johnson flicked it over and he saw a chance to get into the bickies, but was that unsportsmanlike call?
Under the new rule, the clear path, so he would have fouled him. There was no one back there.
Of course. A non-basketball foul. I thought possibly it was a foul on the steal, but it looked like it was all ball on the replay, and Daishon Knight will shoot 2. And then he will get, correct me if I'm wrong, Miles, possession.
Jets will get the possession back, which is a really tough one at this time, because the Huskies had gone on a bit of a run there. And so that just really kills their momentum.
The momentum down as they cut it to 5, and they could, with a 3, get it all the way back to 4. We saw the Jets chew away at a couple of positions last week, and they had to come back into the game, but they don't want to be getting too far behind early as McCulloch swings to Mullins, hand off to Bazant. He wants a screen from Daniels. He goes right, swings it, corner, Mullins. This is better ball movement from the Jets. Back to Nico McCulloch. A long contested three is no good. And the Huskies now leading by 7. They can push it out. 3.5 minutes. Johnson fakes the three, picks a dribble up, sends it to Vodanovic. Mullins on him. He goes right, picks his dribble up, goes to the ring and fouled. It was a bit of a soft foul there for the Jets. They probably could have stayed straight up as momentum was moving pretty quickly.
It was indeed. That's a great take by Vodanovic off the dribble into traffic, and his broad shoulders taking that bump and getting to the foul line.
3.5 minutes, down 7. And momentum was slightly killed for the Huskies with a unsportsmanlike foul, but Vodanovic has been fouled and he's now at the line and makes the first. That'll be an 8-point lead now to the Huskies. Moving towards half-time. Can the Jets keep it to 5? Vodanovic for his second, and it's long. And a big athletic rebound from Daishon Knight, who was in the rebound tally last week, Miles.
He was indeed. It was a fantastic triple-double. Huskies here coming out in a zone.
Endearing the Jets to shoot as their three-point shooting has been lackluster, as McCulloch is going to answer that and whack. McCulloch goes from 3.
And it's those sorts of shots that will get the Jets in, keep the Jets in this game. Double from the Jets on Vodanovic.
Oh, leaves Nance wide open. He goes down, Russo Nance, and a fortuitous little hack from Johnson gets the ball out of Daniels' hands. He goes back up, it doesn't go, but now we have Bazant. Subs coming in from Rusko, who tells us that he wants to come in instead of the bench. As a mid-ranger from Bazant, no good, but fighting from the rebound, Daniels and Lally. Nico McCulloch now looks to pull up from 3, no. Daishon Knight wants it on the wing. He's got Russo Nance on him, drive, strong right hand, and that's good. And here come the Jets.
It's a great take, great finish. And this is where this is where Knight took over in last week's game. Vodanovic, too clever down low.
Oh, that was a beautiful move from Vodanovic. Made that look incredibly easy with where he was on the court. Underneath the hoop on the block. A little bit of English off the glass. Too much. And here's Daniels for 3 now. Can the Jets heat up? They can. Whack. 2 minutes to go, Miles. And with a pretty shallow start from the Huskies and the Jets in the second quarter, it is now all on. Can the Huskies answer through Johnson? No. But here we go with the Jets. They're feeling it. Nico McCulloch driving.
They are feeling it. And I feel like the Huskies came out in that zone and gave the Jets a couple of looks. And now that's just opened up things. And, hard foul there as Daniels goes down the lane.
Hey, no blood, no foul on that one. You're gonna make him make everything right now as Daniels on the replay. Here he comes. 2 shrink on him, and Daniels get harmed straight across the 2. Good help side defense there from both bigs.
It wasn't bad at all. But that zone really got the Jets a couple of good looks. Some good ball movement, and that's what you don't want to give a team that has the potential to shoot the ball well.
Daniels now, chance to get it back to 1, and he does. 31-32. We are 1 minute and 38 seconds away from half-time. Low-scoring half here as Daniels makes both, and it's all tied up. Sal's NBL action, round 10. Huskies now. Can they answer? Brooke Rusko to Vodanovic. He's got Matangide Hapangos in the game, and the long arms from Vodanovic. Look at that finish.
He is making their life a little bit miserable down low. Some creative finishes.
He's had a couple of back-to-back creative finishes as Daishon Knight gets it into the corner. Across to Hapango, who loses the handle, and Daishon Knight not happy with that.
Please just make sure no running kids around the court. Just walk.
Here's Vodanovic. Look at this from him. Drives left, right, spins, hand out. Hand so far in front of his body, Miles. He makes that look incredibly easy.
That was a great finish.
Brooke Rusko now. We've got 1 minute to go in the quarter. Bibbs look to shoot. Said no. Murphy back to him, who's back in the game. Bibbs behind the back. He looks to get that step back to the left. Ball is up short. And a great rebound by Hapango We got 45 seconds to go. Bazant, 2 points in it. Jets down 2. He goes right. Brooke Rusko on him. He'll like his chances. Pull up is long, and a good rebound by Murphy. Zach Riley's going to slow it down. No 2-for-1 here for them. 25 seconds. Difference is 8 on the shot clock. Vidanovic up and in. Whack goes Vidanovic from 3. You cannot give an ounce of space to these Huskies shooters as Daishon Knight will hold. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to the end of the half. Daishon Knight, Zach Riley on him, an outstanding defender. He pops, he shoots, and he makes it. Whack from Daishon Knight to end the quarter. Great defense from Zach Riley, but better offense from Daishon Knight. He loves it. Here's a replay as you see. Zach Riley in his face, in his grill. Bang. What an absolute perfect finish for the quarter from the Jets. And they trail by 2. 37-35 here at Fly Palmy Arena. And shortly we will go down to Miles Pearce, who has Jaden Bazant with him. He's good to go. Off you go, Miles.
Rookie, game of runs in that first half. What do you guys need to get the ball inside and outside to keep that scoreboard ticking over?
Yeah, if we can get the ball to CJ, we'll be all right. If we can get the ball to CJ, we'll be all right. Defensively, we've been good for 15 minutes, I thought. And then there's 5 minutes here of a lap. So if we can get these stops, running trains, I think we'll be all right, but we've got to do it.
You guys came out and showed a little bit of zone, gave the Jets a bit of a look, got them on a roll. How are you guys going to combat guys like Daishon Knight and Jaden Bazant in the second?
Yeah, they're the two that we really have to slow down, and they're going at it again today. So if we can get someone else to beat us, that'd be good, but we've got to get someone else to beat us.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good luck for the second. Bringing in Jaden Bazant. Jaden, a couple of great touches early for you. How's the eye feeling, first of all?
It's fine now. I can see it's still a little red, but my vision is perfectly fine now.
Oh, that's good. You guys had a couple of great little scoring runs to keep this game within 2. How do you keep the scoreboard ticking over?
I think we just stick to what we're doing. I think we're getting to our spots. We're just not making shots right now, but I think if we just trust each other, they'll start to fall.
Chris Johnson's been a handful down low. Tommy V's been a handful down low. How do you guys combat that and keep Daniels help with some help there?
Yeah, I think we're going to make some adjustments at halftime and try and make some other guys beat us. So,
cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good luck for the second. Thank you. Back to you, Connor.
Great interviews there as we're going to head into the halftime break here. Huskies 37, Manawatu Jets 35. Stick around for the second half.
You're working hard for them. All right.
Let the challengers cry. For a festival of All Blacks, Māori and Pacifica Rugby.
Just cut them open!
With the first AB's test at Mount Smart v Tonga and historic back-to-back test against Fiji. This is Rugby with Feeling.
Well, let's put the house down. Oh, has it what?
Steinlager Series, All Blacks Fiji, Saturday live, Sky Sport 1.
Row, row, row your boat gently down.
Well, technically, gently won't quite cut it. You've got to explode out of the blocks. First 500 metres is a sprint.
What?
Next 500 is about rhythm. And if you don't succumb to the lactic acid, you're primed for the podium. You would make a good coxswain. Exploding out the blocks.
Look at the stamina of this crew.
For the one time. Nah, ain't no sunshine. Looks like I'm back to my ways. Back to my ways. Back to my ways. Yeah, I'm a savage, of course. Pull up like 20 deep, bet we just might shut this thing down. For the one time. Nah, ain't no sunshine. What is the hype about? Already did it. Already did it. Already seen it. Already seen it. It's already done.
Sal's NBL, live on Sky Sport. Join us on Sky Sport for the tour.
The mountains have already done plenty of damage.
This climb, it gains its first victim.
I had too much pain. No excuses for that.
2 of the most difficult climbs that any rider can face.
The Tour de France is going to be won by Tadej Pogačar. You're watching a moment in history.
The Tour de France, live Sky Sport.
ANZ Premiership Netball, live on Sky Sport.
beIN Sports Connect, live sports at your fingertips. Check into Match Centre for real-time updates. Replay key moments. Catch up on the latest matches and highlights. Never miss a game. Get alerts for upcoming matches. beIN Sports Connect. Watch it live anytime, anywhere. Sky Sport customers can log in with their username and password to access beIN Sports Connect at no extra cost.
This is the place where raw talent meets unlimited potential.
Sensational.
Land Rover First 15 Rugby, live Sky Sport.
Everybody to Sky Sport, the home of sport, and round 10 action, the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes, and we've got a tight one. Huskies leading by 2 at the half, 37-35, a low-scoring half over the Jets, but we're going to have a little look at some stats. And myself and Miles Pearce were looking at a few stats pre-game, Miles, and we had a few things come out of it.
Yeah, it's some common things around, but you look at the field goal percentage. Well, here we got some points right here. Knight with 12, Vodanovich 15. Vodanovich and Johnson are really hurting the Jets inside there.
Absolutely. And we'll move through the stats. We'll hit some rebounds, and we talked about it after the half finish. Johnson with 14 points and 9 rebounds. How he makes it look easy.
He really does, and some of those haven't really fallen in his lap. He's really going to get those. Knight, point guard, leading with 6 for the Jets.
Yeah, they've got to do better there as assists. A couple of assists for Knight and Johnson, and a couple for, the tail of the tape there. A lot more assists for the Huskies than the Jets.
And it's great to see them moving the ball.
That's right.
And I think it's that ball movement that's really going to help both teams. So whoever can move the ball and then obviously finish with some made shots.
And as we always talk about DeAndre Daniels, Mr. Defense, always a little bit hard done by in the stats category. I think he's had a couple of steals and a couple of blocks, but Chris Johnson with the only one there is he misses out on steals as well with Daishon Knight and Tom Vodanovich with 1 each. And some of the Jets players are out warming up, and as the kids get involved with the dance party with Benny the Bear, and we will be back with the second half shortly after the break. Stick around on Sky Sport, the home of sport.
The game supreme athletes level up every week. The ANZ Premiership. We love this game. ANZ Premiership Netball, live on Sky Sport. Coverage brought to you by ANZ.
I tell you what, I really appreciated the varied levels of technical merit on the floor routine.
Most definitely. I tuned in for the difficulty, but found myself captivated by the poise.
What about the triple twisting double back salto? It's majestic.
Such an unfathomable degree of gymnastic difficulty, Daz.
Unfathomable.
Oh, absolutely nails the dismount.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging and hazardous occupation. Only if what I tell you appears absolutely unbelievable have we any chance of visualizing the future as it really will happen. The only thing we can be sure of about the future is that it will be absolutely fantastic.
beIN Sports Connect, live sports at your fingertips. Check into Match Centre for real-time updates. Replay key moments. Catch up on the latest matches and highlights. Never miss a game. Get alerts for upcoming matches. beIN Sports Connect. Watch it live anytime, anywhere. Sky Sport customers can log in with their username and password to access beIN Sports Connect at no extra cost.
The wait is finally over. We're live at Wimbledon and it's looking like a glorious day.
Come on, you're missing it!
We are at Wimbledon, and the grass is looking as immaculate as ever.
15 years of age, her very first
Wimbledon is live on Sky Sport.
ANZ Premiership Netball, live on Sky Sport.
Welcome everybody. Second half coming up in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Both teams back out on court as the kids continue to jam out to Benny and the Jets. And we've been talking, Miles, about some issues with the Jets and fouling, and it doesn't seem to be hindering them in this game. And only really the big one to talk about is Chris Johnson with a couple of fouls.
Yeah, it's been a free-flowing game. Not a lot of impact from the referees at all.
Yep.
Unfortunately, with the scoreline as it is, it just hasn't been the ball going in as much as either team would like, I think. But a great run to finish by the Jets, and basketball is a game of runs. So
that's right.
Let's see who starts this third on a run and can keep that momentum.
And as AFL fans, both of us, we know that the third quarter, the championship
quarter, yes,
it is a big deal. So hopefully they come out, both teams, and make a few of those 3-pointers that just aren't going down at the moment.
And as the guys said at halftime, both teams are getting some good looks.
Great looks.
And some looks from where they want the ball. From guys who they want to shoot the ball. It's just make or miss. So that's just going to be at the end of it here. And you look, even though it's only a 2-point game, the Jets are shooting the ball at 35% from the floor. And the Huskies are up at 42, nearly 43.
Wow. And only up 2.
Yeah.
It's a minute away from the second half here, round 10 of Sal's NBL's second to last game of the afternoon. This evening's game, the Southland Sharks taking on the Hawke's Bay Hawks, and that's a big one at 5 p.m. Southland Sharks sitting on 11 wins and 4 losses in second place behind the Saints. Hawke's Bay Hawks, who lost to the Nuggets the other night, Miles.
Yes,
big loss for them.
That was a great performance. Brent Mudhide had the guys playing very, very well, and Jeremy McKay was outstanding in that game, which was absolutely fantastic. I love the way he plays.
We had a lot of conversations about Jeremy McKay at the start of the season, and what he brought to the team was not something that you see with your eye or how we like to watch basketball. He's the glue guy that keeps the team together, does all the gritty stuff that people don't like to do, and is the everywhere man.
He really is, and I was lucky enough to spend some time with him here and catch up with him, and he's got an amazing story. He had a fantastic college career at a small NAIA school, and been part of the NBL with development spots and training players there. So to see him get an opportunity to play and show what he can do, and scoring the ball isn't necessarily the be-all and end-all, but what he does makes his team better. And that was a fantastic win for the Nuggets. And the Hawke's Bay Hawks have got to back it up again, which they're going to have a third head coach coming in this week.
Oof, he's got to go back, doesn't he? He's just been signed with the Taipans.
Adam Ford's picked up the Taipans job, and Jacob Chance, who was originally signed as the coach. Kane Hokianga has been interim head coach while Adam Ford, and Adam Ford's now taken over and now leaving, and Jacob's coming in. So
it's been and we all had a question mark over the Hawke's Bay Hawks because of the amount of players they were bringing back from the ANBL, and if teams made playoffs and how it was all going to work, and it's somewhat coming together. But now we have the second half, and as we mentioned, the Huskies leading by 2, 37-35, as Vodanovic is struggling to get the ball in, and Daniels will take it back on Bibbs, goes to the rack, and 2 and 1. Early start for the Jets here.
That is not a great start right there, and you could see Zach Riley flash it, but the pressure of defense, which is what the Jets had been lacking in other games earlier this year. It's great to see them start like that.
I feel like the Jets are like a game of golf. You got to make your own luck. The game of golf, just like the Jets, they're starting to make their own luck, and they've tied it up 37 apiece. Oh, they'll not tie it up. They should have taken the lead there with the AM1.
No, it's a very crucial, very crucial thing. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah, that's right. As Bibbs drives on Lally in the reverse under the hoop. Layup doesn't go, just a bit strong off the glass. And early doors, the Jets lead by 1. Daishon Knight across to Lally. Haven't seen much of him yet in this one. Mullins back to Lally. Daishon Knight fighting with Vodanovic for possession and position as He drives out to Mullins. Shot poorly in the first half. Can he start? He can. Starts with a big whack.
And that's the start that the Jets were looking for, and unfortunately not the Huskies. Coming off that double header going down to Nelson, how will the legs be coming into this second half and into the fourth quarter?
6 quick points for the Jets. 6-0 so far in this second half. Bibbs now, he's got a chance. Mullins steps off him. He steps into the 3 and it's short. It was a good opportunity there for Bibbs to get 3 on the way, but inside. Quick ball movement from the Jets they find as Mullins goes back to back. Can he? Yes, he can. Whack. And the Jets are alive and flying.
And I'm looking for a Popovich-type timeout here from Coach Aaron Young, the very quick and early one.
Zach Riley
but that sort of steadies the ship a little bit with that score from the Huskies.
A beautiful layup, back-to-back layups there. Riley underneath the hoop, reverse, great pass, and then Daishon Knight gets underneath for another layup. And we are all on here. It's 46-39 to the Manawatu Jets as Bibbs sends it across to Vodanovic. He looks to drive and then fakes the pass, gives the pass. Riley was already on the way cutting, and unfortunately that'll be out of bounds for them, but fortunately for the Jets, an extra position, Miles.
Indeed, and the Huskies just a little out of sync to start this quarter.
Yeah, I think it won't be too long until Aaron does throw up the big toilet time tee, and he gets to have a chat with the boys, but here's Daishon Knight coming around the Daniels screen. Lally sends to the corner as Daniels out to Lally again. He looks to set, and good defense from Vodanovic. Stresses the importance of working hard there, getting the ball back, and then Lally does the exact same thing, though. Throws it to Daniels in the corner, who gets bundled out. And he loses possession, but comes up with a smile on his face. And
some great effort from Lally right there.
And we're just checking something on the score bench, as we've got a replay of the hustle here. Finn Lally on the floor first off on Brooke Rusco. Throws it down below. It's a long way to get down if you're that tall, Miles, as you'll know. And the ball just bundles underneath DeAndre Daniels' hands and out.
It's a chance for the Huskies to actually get a run something here off a dead ball and get a really good look. 11-2 to start the quarter to the Jets.
Wow.
Couple of what you'd say careless turnovers. Huskies have got to look after the ball, and the Jets are doing a great job picking up the defensive intensity.
That's right, and I'm pretty sure Matt Bathurst is just checking whether Aaron Young had a birdie or a double bogey on that hole. Aaron and Sonny, actually, the assistant coach, huge golf fans, got into it recently, and I have many a chats with Aaron about his golf game, but I think he made a par on that hole. As we move on, Vodanovic into Brooke Rusco, and the Huskies will be hoping, both Sonny and Aaron will be hoping there's some points to be had on this possession as Vodanovic sends it to Bibbs. He fakes, drives, and a big one-hand throwdown from Bibbsy. Whoa!
And that is the way to settle the ship right there, attacking the paint, attacking the rim. High-flying finish from Bibbs.
Woo. Heated up. Fly Palmy Arena definitely took the sound out of the voice out of the fans here in Fly Palmy as a couple of handoffs gets it to Bazant. He gets to his elbow. Does he go up? No. Back to Mullins, who's shot twice already as he gets it back to Bazant. Can he get one? No. Short and left. Good rebound by Bibbs and goes around the back to Brooke Rusco, who's hasn't shot much tonight at all as Johnson goes baseline on Mullins. Good defense from Mullins, but twinkle toes Johnson.
Yeah,
on the treble.
I thought that was a pretty decent pivot, but I'd like to see the replay there. Here's the replay of that Bibbs finish.
Oh, Miles, back in your day, was that your jam? One-hander?
That's pretty much all I had. That was it.
Easy on you, dude.
Nothing fancy. Set some screens, and that was about it.
Zach Riley pleading with Matt Bathurst that the experience of Daishon Knight as he smiles at me as he walks past knows that he had the chicken wing up there holding on to Riley's arm.
It's an old man trick right there, getting it done on the young fella.
Oh, that is, you do the young man like that. You going to do the young man like that, Daishon? Come on, man. Come on, man. Jaden Bazant now looks to get position to somebody. Daniels hands it off to Daishon Knight. He looks to go long. Good defense from Riley again. Pesting as DeAndre Daniels puts up the 3 and another big whack for the Jets.
As the shot clock expires as well. Another tough shot.
Great awareness. Great awareness from the Jets as Britt Rusko sends it to Johnson. The Huskies need something or a timeout probably if this one goes. Back to Vodanovic. Moving backwards, and that's going to come up short. A good hustle by Riley as
Riley
Daishon
comes
Knight,
up with it again.
Yeah, Daishon Knight gets it back. He's fouled by Mullins.
Fouled by Mullins. And this is a similar situation to the Huskies game the other night versus the Giants, where they were a kind of slow start. Riley keeping the ball alive there.
Daishon Knight did well, but
yeah,
Mullins too keen as we're back with a 3-ball from the Huskies, and that's long off the iron. And the Jets, who lead by 8, chance to take it out even further. Daishon Knight, hand off to Bazant, screen from Daniels. He gets to his spot, steps back, doesn't shoot, passes, back to his spot again. No shot, great defense from the Huskies. 6 on the shot clock, Daniels loses possession. Nico McCulloch's going to have to get it up. Again, another great defensive possession from Zach Riley Miles.
I don't know where he's going to end up in college, but whatever program is lucky enough to get that young man is getting an absolute stud.
I tell you what, and here's the replay. As you can see, DeAndre Daniels losing it off to Nico McCulloch, and just fast feet. That lateral quickness is perfect. There's another big find from Vodanovic to Bibbs, who throws down the hammer.
Great read on the handoff. Bibbs going back door, finishing with style.
Wow. What a play by the Huskies as they're finding themselves getting back into this one. And Johnson gets up to get the rebound, and it's touched out.
I want that'll be a team rebound. That would give Chris Johnson his double-double right there.
Easy. The walking double-double is Russo Nance back into the game for the Huskies. Vodanovic against across to Bibbs. He's hot. Back to Vodanovic. Back to Bibbs. 2-man game over here on the wing. Can Bibbs keep hot? Back to Johnson. Oh, and a great find inside. Not just in and out for Johnson. Bit of everything.
That was a great cut as they run that. Was very popular with the breakers when Andre Lamanis, the flow offense, with the backdoor to the handoff for Chris Johnson, having a couple of great finds in this game.
Bazant now with the high arcing three-pointer, and that's long as we go 3-on-2 for the Huskies, and another big block for Mr. Defense, who wanted the ball back. I think that's asking just a little too much, Miles, but we'll have the media timeout instead. Here's the replay as you see streaking ahead is Zach Riley to Johnson. Back to Zach Riley. He goes up, and a big hand from Daniels. I think probably the call was right from the referees.
The call was definitely right there, and I feel like Coach McTammany's here arguing a moot point. I don't think the officials are going to change that one.
I think you choose your battles on an out of bounds block call. I think it probably wouldn't be something I would be chasing the referees for, but 4.5 minutes to go. The Jets up 4 miles. Anything in the stats you can see glaringly obvious?
No, for both teams, we've just had a fairly well-balanced scoring from different guys contributing, which is absolutely fantastic. It's just one of those things that you see Bibbs miss a layup to really start the quarter and get the ball rolling, and now he's just attacking the rim. He had a couple of great finishes there, and it's probably what they need a little bit more of. He's had the hot hand. He had 31 against the Giants. Riley stepping up. Let's see if we can get the ball in their hands a little bit more.
Honestly, Zach Riley, I was going to say before we went back into game action, if Virginia are a system that love their defense, Jack Salt being there, they would have been a perfect fit for Zach Riley, but obviously they've already picked up Tane Murray, a Kiwi. He's gone over there to their system. So
it's absolutely fantastic for Tane. And the NCAA now allowing players to make some money off their likeness. Tane could be a rich man before he finishes college.
As we're back with the action, Bibbs for 3. Can he carry on? No, it's short. McCulloch with a good rebound and a good spot. He's going to slow it down and put the troops into position. Bibbs on him. Gets across to Johnson, and we're going to see a bit of showtime here. What does he go with? The two-hander reverse behind the back. Beautiful from Chris Johnson.
Makes that look easy.
You have that one in the back pocket, did you?
No, never had that.
Oh, I could barely rim graze, mate. So let's just move on from that one as Daishon Knight Puts it on the floor, puts up the three. Randall's in and out. DeAndre Daniels, is there in the rebound. Spins on Bibbs. Good defense from the Husky as Jaden Bazant just catches it off his legs and he's not happy. Jets losing a couple of possessions here. Closing in on the third quarter. The end of the third quarter, I should say, Miles.
And both teams have had some of those little unforced errors. And I think the Huskies are taking advantage of those very, very well.
Chris Johnson across the Riley, who hasn't shot too much today, but he'll shoot that mid-ranger, which comes up short. Bazant fumbles the rebound straight into Dante Rosso-Nance's
That may be the easiest rebound he gets ever.
Walks straight into it. Just like walking through a door. Here you go. Chuck a floater up. Have you a couple of biscuits.
But that shot from Dante Nance has tied the game up.
DeAndre Daniels wanted a mismatch there as Nico McCulloch got up the three-pointer. And that was long. Chris Johnson with another rebound. He's moved into the teens for rebounds. Can he get into the 20s for points? Time will tell. Bibbs. A couple of screens from Johnson. I don't know if he meant to make the second, but Bibbs moves in on McCulloch and a beautiful strong move here by Bibbs.
Finishing with his non-preferred right hand, which is an absolutely great finish there.
Under 3 minutes now in the third quarter. Daishon Knight gets a screen from Mullins. They sag off him at the three-point line. Johnson sags off Daishon Knight because he knows he's got the long hand. Skips it to Bazant. In the corner, it's up. It's short and right off the front of the rim. And now 3-on-2. Here come the Huskies. And a big two-hand jam and one for Chris Johnson. A couple of big dunks here in the quarter.
Bibbs and Johnson have been finishing above the rim athletically.
Great pass back from Dante and a big emphatic two-hand jam from, puts a bit of sauce on it, rocks that rim a couple of times, lucky
and
for
just
no tech.
And just like that, the Huskies are back in the lead.
It's been we've had how many lead changes have we had? We've had 3 or 4 at least just in the last 2 quarters. It's a close game, and hopefully it stays as a close finish as he misses.
Had about half a dozen lead changes before halftime.
As Nico McCulloch swings it to Daniels off the screen. Bazant now drives on Dante Rosso-Nance, and Morrison is back in the game. Chucks up the quick floater, and that's too strong off the glass. Look how quick.
Long arm of Chris Johnson really putting some pressure on that shot there.
Zach Riley across to Vodanovic, who gets it back from Bibbs. Great defense from McCulloch. Back to Bibbs, and he's going to mismatch on Morrison. He'll like his chances here, but he sends it into Vodanovic, and Daishon Knight comes across from the weak side to help with shut that one down.
And that is great help defense. You see teams fronting those mismatches. Nico fronting the post there. Daishon does a great job just coming across and helping his teammate.
One on the shot clock. No shot clock awareness. And the Huskies will lose the handle and the jandle and position. And we are a minute 50 away from third quarter break, rolling into the fourth. Team foul's not an issue here. 49, 4 points in it. Jets down 4. Huskies lead 53-49. The Jets now with a chance to cut the lead. Daniels from the wing. Whack. Great three-point attempt.
That takes his tally to 20, and he's knocked down some threes the whole season. To not carry a hand on that, that's a poor defensive possession, a poor scout. Right
Coach
there.
Killer after a turnover as Morrison placed the most nonchalant defense I've ever seen. As into the corner is Daishon Knight, who doesn't shoot it. And great defense by Zach Riley again. Morrison swings it to Bazant. Daniels, can he go back-to-back trays? He can! And the fans come to life in Fly Palmy Arena. Another lead change, Miles Pierce.
23 for Daniels. And it's just the scout. You've got to be aware that he's shooting the ball and shooting the ball well. Right. Carrying a hand that late, carrying a hand, it's just too late. As we see Nico McCulloch, I believe, pick up that foul.
Yeah, I think he was fouled. Vodanovic down there trying to get a seal to the block. So, interesting time in the game here. 45 seconds, Miles. Almost a couple of shot clock positions in it. Would you be looking for a quick execution here by the Huskies, or almost a 2-for-1 opportunity, or were you looking to use all of the clock here?
With 14 on the clock, they should be looking for a 2-for-1. They're trying to attack that there.
And your wish comes true, but that may just be off a little bit by Nance as Vodanovic swings it back to Johnson, who's shut down pretty early. Dante Nance has another crack at it. No, floater's good though. Floater is down. And that is... We've got a technical foul on number 15, which
Dante
is...
reading that closeout very well there, attacking the paint. And Tom Vodanovic not happy about something, having a casual word to the referee and picks up the tee for his efforts.
So you lose the possession. You get a couple of back-to-back threes by Daniels by not putting a hand up. And then after you score, you get a technical foul. That, I'll tell you what, that doesn't help winning the game. It'll be one shot and possession, Miles.
I can't believe Daniels missed that. He's hit so many. He's hit a bunch of threes. He's playing very, very well.
Yes, the rules changing slightly with the technical foul. Where it happens, you go back and take it from where the foul was called from. But also the unsportsmanlike foul changing to 2 free throws in possession and technical fouls being 1 free throw in possession. As we're back, 25 seconds. It's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock. The difference as the Jets have a chance here, 2 seconds I should say, to close out the quarter. As Daishon Knight did it in the first half. Can he do it in the second half? A slow start to the shot clock. Swings it to Bazant. Drives in. Steps back from his favoured elbow. Short. Great rebound. 2 seconds on the clock. A alley-oop chance. No! It doesn't go for the Huskies. Oh, it was a great play. Just didn't go as we end the third quarter with a replay of what could have been here. Bibbs chucks it up for Vodanovic, fingertips. Oh, that would have been a highlight of a highlight as we end the third quarter at 55 apiece. Sal's NBL on Sky Sport, the home of sport. Do not go anywhere. The fourth and final quarter coming up just after this break.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field. Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
Welcome back to Fly Palmy Arena, and the crowd is absolutely electric here in Palmerston North. They are loving watching their green machine Manawatu Jets be 55 apiece to a team that is fighting for the top 4 miles. And you've seen a couple of stats that you want to talk about over that quarter time.
The Huskies have got to do a better job on Daniels. He's 5 of 6 from three-point line.
Wow.
So letting him get a look and not getting his eye in, he had too many easy looks in that last third quarter.
Absolutely.
And Chris Johnson, 18 and 11, doing a fantastic job. He needs some help. Vodanovic didn't get many looks in that quarter, and he had 15 at halftime, still 15 right now. Mm-hmm. Other guys, Bibbs chipped in, Riley chipped in that quarter, but when you got to get your guys some looks. So I think both teams right now, I'd be trying to get Daniels the ball as much as I could. He is shooting the ball extremely well.
Playing great defense.
Yeah,
too.
and I'll be trying to get some more looks for Johnson and Vodanovic down low.
Here we go, fourth quarter underway, 55 apiece. Do not go anywhere. Get your drinks, get your chips, get your nibbles, and sit down and enjoy. As a late call. Daniels wanted it. If Vodanovic has already been teed up once, he doesn't want to get his second. Otherwise, he'll be having a break in the changing room. So...
And that's his third foul, picking up his third on that. And you're right, it was a late call. There was a bump there. There was definitely contact. Mm-hmm. But it's unfortunate, and he's got to be careful.
I mean, we know it's the right call, but if you're a coach and the foul call comes a couple of seconds after the contact, you're probably going to say something. Aaron Young, pretty calm on the bench. But here we go. Daishon Knight with the handoff from Mullins. Nico McCulloch around Mullins again. Back to Mullins. Daishon Knight now. Fake. Riley on him. Quick as look here. He's up. Just off with the mid-range.
And Daishon's been allowed to go left a lot. And if I'm writing the scout report there, he wants to put that shot ball on the floor going left to get to that mid-range, which he does very well.
Johnson, he was good from the mid-range in the first half. Doesn't make that, and he didn't score. And
only had a couple of scores.
Yeah,
after leading the way in that first half.
Oh, good spin by DeAndre Daniels had found cutting Daishon Knight for 2.
Great extra pass.
Put it on a plate as they swing it across to Zach Riley, who hasn't shot that much tonight, and he probably should have, in and out. As Johnson gets the rebound, tries to get it back out, and goes back to work on Mullins. Bit of a mismatch here. The length of Johnson coming up trumps. Another 2 for him. Extends his tally, the big double-double.
Those are the looks that the Huskies are going to need to live on as they come down the stretch. Good looks, high percentage.
Drives, pops, locks, makes.
Going left to the mid-range. It's his,
you called
that's
it,
his
Coach.
thing, yeah.
You called it, Coach.
Scouting report.
Vodanovich goes two-way with the screen on Daishon Knight, but gets it to Bibbs. He goes around the Johnson screen. Pull up from the block is good. Another 2, and we're going shot for shot here in Palmy, Miles.
I know, it's going to be great to see a couple of stops in a row, and I think that'll start to open up the game.
59-all as Daishon Knight drives. Good defense from the Huskies. Shut him down as Bazant floats one into the corner to Nico McCulloch. He gets it back, drives, hand in, out the back. The jumper is good from Bazant.
Who said the mid-range game was dead? We just had 3 mid-range jumpers all in a row.
Just don't tell the Golden State Warriors that. 7.5 minutes to go. Bibbs drives. Oh, and doesn't finish with the offhand. As Vodanovich, it's tapped out to him. Swings it. Riley drives. He's quick. Good defense from Daishon Knight, but it will be a foul. Here you say he's going to fake, go round, and Daishon Knight just a little bit of a body in the side there, Miles.
Yeah, it was a pretty good effort on the defensive end of the floor. But Riley taking full advantage of that long closeout and attacking the paint.
So Riley shoots his first, and he's not doing much on the scoring. That'll be his 7th point for the game. Big game against Nelson and 20-odd points. Can he make a second? He can, and that's at this time in the game. Free throws are king in the 4th quarter. 61 points apiece. We are going tick for tat here as Daniels, no arm up. And the Huskies get away with one there, not putting a hand up. Johnson just walked at him.
And that's one of the things that we said. You got to carry a hand. He's gone 5 of 6. You can't let him have open look as Vodanovich shoots a little long off the iron.
And Vodanovich was probably a little bit guilty there of thinking that was going in and started walking back to halfway and probably could have got that rebound, but
backpedaling on the shot.
Yeah. Daniels came across and got it. Another big block from Chris Johnson on another mid-range attempt as he goes in on Mullins and doesn't go in. Just strong. He'll be angry with himself that he didn't make that. Chris Johnson, we're going to have a chat with the referees to see which way this went. Here's the replay. Goes around Mullins. It was there for the taking, and it looks like for mine that's going to be Huskies' ball.
Yep. And referees have a chat and come up with the right call. We got the
replay. It's the right call. That's all that
we
matters.
We have the advantage of that replay.
What's the word?
Good to see them the officials working together to come up with the right result there.
It is. They made the call regardless.
Little flex cut to get Johnson the ball inside.
Oh, and a step away jumper. In FIBA rules, you can knock it off the rim. And they didn't need to. It came up short. But here's Daishon Knight. Puts Riley's skates on, gets it back, and whack! Step back 3. Let's go, Jets.
Daishon bringing his tally into the 20s there as well.
Daishon Knight, that was a huge play. Momentum switch. Johnson from the top. 3-pointer on the way. Back to back. It's a shootout here in Palmy.
And this tempo is probably going to favour the Jets, particularly with the Huskies coming off the doubleheader.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see the shot selection down the stretch as Mullins able to get another open look.
Good rebound from Bibbs. And with under 6 minutes to go, 64 all. Bibbs fakes, drives. Daniels long hand to the law. Can't get to him. 2 is down. Great layup. And the Huskies take the lead. Another lead change.
Another lead change. A number of lead changes, tied ball games as we've gone throughout this.
And shootouts as well as Bazant picks up his dribble. Vodanovic pesting him.
Great pressure. Jets with a chance to take the lead or tie it up.
Bazant with a step back. Can he? No, as Daishon Knight fights for the offensive rebound as Riley sends it into Vodanovic, who had a mismatch with Bazant on him. Easy 2 layup in transition, and Coach Tim McTamney's seen enough.
Vodanovic with a great rim run there, just sealing the guard who was back as the safety. And I don't care, out of all the guards in the league, handling Vodanovic on a rim run and a seal there, that's tough ask for anyone.
We talked about it in timeout. Vodanovic is the kind of guy that takes a game by the throat.
Yes.
He doesn't wait for it to come. In that third quarter, he did wait for it, and it didn't come. And now in this fourth quarter, he's grabbing it.
He's taken the opportunities, which is absolutely fantastic, which has given them the 4-point lead. And Coach McTamney needs to talk it over and get that timeout.
Chris Johnson, though, we talked about him going at 55% clip from the field. He's shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He's 23 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Can someone say Subway? Because he is absolutely stacking that sandwich. He is stuffing that sandwich.
He really is. And it's some great help. Riley with 8, Vodanovic with 15, Bibbs with 14. They really share the load well here in the Huskies team. We've seen throughout the season, different guys are picking it up. In the game against the Giants, Riley, huge. Bibbs, 31. Riley, 25. And now it's just someone else's turn.
As I see on my left, Zach Riley picking up the stat sheet to have a little look. Now, I don't know what he's looking at, but I don't know if I rate it or I don't rate it, but that's something you don't see often from a player picking up the stat sheet in the middle of the fourth quarter here, round 10, Sal's NBL.
He's just trying to figure out how many assists he's got, I'm sure of it.
I need to work harder, is probably what he's telling himself. That's not what I want to see on my stat sheet. Donuts. As 5 minutes to go in this one. 64-68 to the Huskies. They lead the Jets here in Palmy. Here's Daishon Knight, 8 on the shot clock. He's going to have to make something work here. Pop, mid-ranger, no good. And he's going to have to quickly get back on defense as Vodanovic brings it up with Daniels on him.
You can see in that last possession, Mullins was meant to be setting a stagger for Bazan as he comes up there. Vodanovic with a great screen. Chris Johnson with an even better offensive rebound to give the Huskies another possession.
Dante Rosso-Nance will go around the Johnson screen. He'll get defeated by Daniels as the 3 had to go up from Vodanovic, and it was short. Great rebound under duress there, Nico McCulloch. And now the Jets have a chance to close the gap as Bazant, great run through, rips it out to Mullins, who's long. And DeAndre Daniels fought over Vodanovic for the rebound and didn't get it. Now we have Bibbs going with a Johnson screen through Daishon Knight. And again, another bump for the little point guard out to Dante Rosso-Nance, who drops it in mismatch time for Chris Johnson. Looks to fade away, doesn't. 2 hands, long, lean, athletic.
A great little show of the ball and step back through. Mullins has really got his hands full guarding Johnson down low.
If you're the Jets here, down 6, 3 minutes 30 to go, you need to score the ball right now. This is all or nothing territory for the Jets right now. Must score the ball on this possession. DeAndre Daniels moving in. Hard shot, very tough shot. Does not go. Fighting for position was Mullins. Couldn't get it.
And that's a great defensive possession by the Huskies. Some switchable screens that they got through. And then great defensive effort against Daniels down low.
And a hack on Bibbs from Nico McCulloch.
I believe that was a 3-second call.
Oh.
I'm going to go over to a special lady who actually...
Someone got the sponsorship from Kathmandu pre-game and pitched the tent.
That's, I don't think we've seen too many of those this year.
I think I might have seen one. But they say, hey, we're on.
The rules are the rules.
Jets sigh of relief as they get a chance to cut it. And they need to score here, the Jets. The chance is there. The luck is in their favour. can they put the little orange thing in the little orange rim? Daishon Knight hit on the arm, maybe not called. Zach Riley now 2-on-2, now 2-on-3. He gets it across to Dante Rosso. Nats in rhythm, just short. And the Jets again getting away with a poor transition defense as McCulloch puts it on the floor, goes round. Back to Morrison, who gets it into DeAndre Daniels on Riley. He's got the mismatch. Can he get the points? No. Dumps it into Morrison. Can he get the points? No. Another big block by Chris Johnson. And Stretch Armstrong coming up with another big play.
Another one there. The referee's talking to us over. Zach Riley asking for an unsportsmanlike foul like we saw in the first half. Clear path. I'd have to see the replay just to see who was in front of the ball. Asking they shall receive.
Morrison trying to get it up. Big block. And, yeah, an elbow to the ball's in the air. Arms were up.
The foul was a foul. That's
clear
not the question. So,
but a basketball foul, you would have to say. Oh, I spoke too soon. That was the commentator's curse. Gee whiz.
With the rules changing a couple of years ago, of that clear path, took the foul, and there was no one there, so that would have been a fast break. Okay. And so with the rules changing, Riley was right to ask for that. It's a high IQ play right there from the young fella.
Riley makes the first, and he'll get another, and then Huskies will come up with the position. As Miles has mentioned, the change of the rules. And he makes them both, and that's clinical from the young man, who's fastly becoming a very respected staunch defence man. There's 2 minutes 23 to go, and the Jets trailing by 8. It's squeaky bum time, Miles Pierce.
It is indeed. And Johnson with another good look in the paint.
And a travel call on the play. We've seen a couple of travels from Johnson today, but that one probably
he was walking to the foul line.
Yeah, he thought it wasn't. As Nico McCulloch almost snaps his own leg slowing down there as they swing it wide to Jada Bazant, who probably should have shot it, but back to Daishon Knight, who shoots it.
Doesn't get anything. I love Johnson's response to the travel. He got called for the trade. He was walking, just turned around and kept on going. And it's something that little mistake response is such an important thing to be able to do.
Yep, forget about it. Next position, stay in the present. The next position is the hardest one, as Bibbs sends it to Vodanovich. A dagger, this would be from the Huskies, and it is whack from Vodanovich. And this could be a very, very hard way back into the game here for the Jets, as they're going to need to get something up.
Just over 90 seconds remaining. They need to. It's a good look there.
McCulloch comes
barely
up short.
Grazes the rim.
And with 1:30 to go, and the lead is 11. It's all or nothing here for the Jets. For Vodanovich now, this could be it. Oh, just short, rattles out. 1:20. Everything to play for here for the Jets. Daniels shot well early, drives, takes the contact, but Mullins loses the handle. And a great feed from Daniels, and just no opportunity from Mullins for the ball in the hoop. He put a little bit too much English on it and spun it way past the rim. And Coach Aaron Young has to be pretty happy where his team is sitting right now, Miles.
He does indeed, and the workload that Johnson's done tonight has been absolutely fantastic, particularly on the glass. 18 boards to go with his 25 points. We've still got a minute to play.
Vodanovich now over to Bibbs. They will use every single second of the shot clock. With 5 seconds on it, Bibbs did well to stay upright as Johnson shoots from deep. Great box out from Mullins, but with 45 seconds to go, the Jets need to score, and they need to score quick as Daishon Knight drives. Vodanovich with a great body. They swing it across to McCulloch, who will need to shoot that. He doesn't, but steps back, puts Johnson on skates and can't finish. With 32 seconds remaining, you would think both Huskies and the Jets will play this one out. 24 seconds. Oh, great steal from Daniels. As Coach Tim McTamney is asking for the same thing, which I assume is the unsportsmanlike foul, but nothing coming.
No, that one there was a little bit different. We had the player behind on defense as well.
Well, the replay here is you can see a hand in from Daniels, and then there was a couple of touches.
Bibbs was back behind the play, so that there isn't a clear path. There was someone there, so that's the difference. Coach Tim McTamaney asking that's the same thing. Unfortunately, it's not quite the same. It's very similar, but not quite the same.
Mullins into Bazant, and that'll be 2 points. Is something that the Jets desperately needed about a minute ago. As we move into the last seconds of the ball game, and the Jets will hustle Dante Rosso-Nance, but it'll be all Huskies to end this one, and their challenge for the Final Four continues as the Huskies take the win here in Palmerston North against the Manawatu Jets. 75-66, a hard-fought battle all the way to the last quarter. Multiple lead changes, multiple scorers in double figures. It's been a fantastic game to watch. We'll have some interviews coming up just shortly. I'll have a look at a few of the key stats here for the game, and the Manawatu Jets shooting only 34%. Was a bit of a tail of the tape there as the Auckland Huskies kept it to 43%. Their three-point percentage a little bit lower, though, of the counterparts of the Manawatu Jets shooting 33% points there. You can see DeAndre Daniels leading the way and Daishon Knight for the Manawatu Jets, 23 and 21 respectively, and Chris Johnson with what looked like an easy 25 points for him, and Vodanovic came alive there in the second half for 20. Bibbs played very well for his 14, and Zach Riley was his defensive best with a great 10 points. We'll go again to rebounds, and Chris Johnson with 20 rebounds as well to go with his points there. 25 points, 25 and 20 for him. Daishon Knight with 10. Daniels with 9, almost a double-double for him. Zach Riley. And we'll move across to assists. Daishon Knight with 5. Zach Riley with 3. And we're just waiting for some Huskies boys to go down and do some interviews. But here we have the blocks, the steals. DeAndre Daniels with 2. Zach Riley with 1. Vodanovic had a couple of big blocks there at the end as well. Zach Riley with 1. Daishon Knight as well, coming up with a big block there, big two-hand block. We're not far away from some interviews as Chris Johnson with a big smile on his face heads down to Miles Pearce, who is about to get underway, and Miles has Chris Johnson with him. Off you go, Miles.
Chris, a great effort from you. 20, 25, 26 and 18 boards to have the game. Really held things down in the paint. How you feeling after that one?
Feeling good. We just had to get ourselves out of the hole that we put ourselves in a little bit. But, it's part of the growing. We got a young team, so, it's all part of it.
Speaking of the young guys, they came up really big tonight. Zach Riley in this doubleheader. Zach Riley really stuffing the stat sheet tonight.
Man, Zach is a dog, man. Everybody's surprised. I see it every day. From the young guys, it's all you can ask is them to keep their heads down and continue to work. But I'm really happy with our young core, for real.
You guys are still fighting for a spot in the Final Four. How are you guys looking to close out this season with the upcoming games you've got?
We'll win the rest of them.
Yeah.
We don't want it in anybody else's hands. Like that would seriously hurt. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations. Great game. Thank you. Connor, back to you.
Miles Pearce, and from us at Fly Palmy, another fantastic game from round 10 of the Sal's NBL. Stay ahead in Sky Sport 9. Southland Sharks taking on the Hawke's Bay Hawks. The Huskies, though, taking out this one, 75-66. Stick around for more Sal's NBL action coming on up. Thank you very much. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks, well done.
finals time. And this has been a long time in the making. This time doesn't care if you're great.
Blocked by James!
It cares if you're the greatest.